Let's get right into it. There's a hidden financial bleed happening inside most organizations. It's a massive drain that often goes completely unnoticed, but it's costing companies a fortune. And it all comes down to leadership. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain, show you exactly how this is happening, and talk about a powerful way to stop the bleeding for good. So let me just ask you this straight up. Is it possible that your leadership team right now is costing you 7% of your total annual revenue? It sounds like a crazy number, I know, but we're about to look at the data and you'll see how this isn't just possible, it's probable. You see, this 7%, it's not a soft cost. Think of it more like a hidden tax, an aggressive tax you're paying every single year for outdated, ineffective management. It's a constant drag on your performance that is absolutely hitting your bottom line, whether you're tracking it or not. So where exactly is all this money going? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is a crisis of retention. This is where ineffective managers stop being just a personnel issue and become multi-million-dollar liabilities, walking your best talent right out the door. And look, this isn't just a feeling. The data is crystal clear. When an employee has a negative view of their manager, they are a staggering 37% more likely to leave. 37%! That's not a coincidence. That's a direct cause and effect relationship between leadership quality and employee flight risk. But here's the thing that should really get your attention. Nearly a third, 32% of your voluntary turnover is completely avoidable. This isn't about people leaving for unavoidable reasons. This is about people leaving because of a skills gap in their leaders. And a skills gap, well, that's a problem that can be solved. But you have to be careful. Trying to fix this with the wrong tools can actually make things worse. You know, those generic check-the-box training programs, they can turn into what some experts call a great training robbery. You lose 5 times over. You waste the budget, you waste everyone's time, you get a discouraged team, and worse, you kill any appetite to invest in training that actually works. Okay, so if the old way is broken, what's the fix? Well, it takes a totally new way of thinking, a real paradigm shift. We're going to look at one powerful model for this. It's called the Great Team Captain Mandate. It's a complete rethink of how to transform leaders. The core mission here is a really powerful 3-step process, and the first step is the most important. Unlearn. You have to actively break down the old, rigid habits that are causing the problem in the first place. Only after you've cleared the slate can you effectively relearn modern, adaptive skills and then reinforce them so they actually stick. This whole process is built around something called the Synergy Code. Now, this isn't just about managing tasks better. The idea is to unlock a very specific framework that turns managers into truly adaptive leaders. Leaders who create a massive competitive advantage simply by building stronger, more connected teams. All right, so does this really work? What's the proof? Let's break down the structure and the potential return on investment. The whole transformation is engineered to happen in a super focused 3-day immersion. The goal isn't just to inspire, it's to deliver a hard, quantifiable ROI. And that 3-day structure is no accident. It's designed to build from the inside out. Day 1 is all about mastering the self, your own emotional intelligence. Day 2, you pivot to mastering the team, communication, dynamics, the whole shebang. And finally, Day 3 is about mastering the future, making sure these new skills drive real strategic change. Let's look closer at that curriculum. Day 1, you're building emotional intelligence, the #1 predictor of success in almost any field. Day 2, you dive deep into communication and listening to really drive team performance. And Day 3, you get the tools to actually manage change and build your future leaders from within. So, what's the bottom line justification for an investment like this? Well, the numbers are pretty incredible. The data shows that for every single dollar invested in this kind of deep leadership development, you can expect to see $7 back in return. A 7-for-1 ROI. That's not just a good investment, that's a game changer. And that ROI comes from everywhere. Just look at this breakdown. You're not just getting one benefit, you're getting a whole system of them. You recapture that 7% of revenue. You avoid that 32% of turnover. You see customer loyalty go up. You see team engagement skyrocket. Every single piece feeds the others, creating a huge strategic advantage. So, this brings us to a decision point, a moment of truth, really. When you look at all the data, the choice becomes incredibly clear. It's the staggering cost of doing nothing versus the proven ROI of making a transformational investment. It's a choice between bleeding out and building up. Let's just put the two paths side by side. Path 1, inaction. You keep bleeding that 7% of revenue. You keep paying the high cost of turnover. You keep suffering that drag on productivity. Or path 2, the decisive investment. You secure a 7-for-1 ROI. You build a resilient, engaged workforce, and you gain a serious competitive edge. Which one sounds like the better business plan?
Now, something you need to know. This isn't some webinar with 1,000 attendees. This is an intensive, hands-on immersion. That means groups are kept small on purpose to guarantee maximum impact. So when we say seats are limited, we mean it. It's about quality, not quantity.
So the final question is really for you. Are you ready to finally stop the financial bleeding that's holding your company back? Are you ready to make the decision that secures your organization's future?
If the answer is yes, then it's time to act. Go to the website on your screen right now and claim your seat at the table. It's time to start the transformation. Thanks for watching.